Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday morning, August the 6th at 7 a.m. It's me, Mitch, and welcome to Morning Coffee with Mitch. Here we go again. So, drink it if you got it. I got it. How you doing, everybody? Good to see you. Good to see you. It's been a unique morning for me, a very unique morning. There's a reason for it. I've been preoccupied since yesterday. Completely preoccupied since yesterday at about 4 o'clock. When the UPS guy came to my front door and delivered this. You know what this is? Every year, for the past 8 years, since Samsung announced their first foldable phone, I have ordered one. The idea, the concept of a cell phone that you can carry in your pocket that opens up into a little tablet has been something that any tech addict like me, when you get a new cell phone like this, you have to set it up. You have to transfer all the data from your old cell phone to your new cell phone. You then have to go in and make sure every app is working. I have a ton of shit on my cell phone. I have been immersed in this. It's going to take me 2 full days to get everything, all the passwords, everything logged in, everything designed, everything, you know, any of you that are heavy cell phone users like me know what it's like. And then at the end of the 2 days, I will see if I have become one with this instrument. For the past 7 years, I have not become one with the instrument. I've always found something I didn't like about it. It gets better every year, but I've always sent it back after all that work. This year they did something different. They came out with a new shape, a new size. It's evidently going to be very popular. It's the same size as the new iPhone that's coming out. Since 4 o'clock this morning, I've been immersed in this thing. Since last night, I've been immersed in this thing. I dreamt about this thing. It woke me up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I felt the need to go and continue. I've got so far to go yet on it. And for that reason, I apologize if I haven't been paying any attention to YouTube, this community, or anything else. I did look at about 5:45 to see if Kelsey was going to be live. I didn't see any thumbnails or any indication that he was, so I went back to my cell phone obsession, and evidently I missed my friend Kelsey this morning, who evidently is live and down here in Sarasota. So Kelsey, if you're here, good to see you, my friend, and let me do this because I didn't think about it. Kelsey says, see you at 7 a.m. Sent me a text, which I didn't even see. So what I'm going to do, if you'll indulge me just a minute more before we get into this, I'm going to go into StreamYard here, and I'm going to say, give me a link to this morning's show, and I'm going to go to the chat, and I'm going to Kilsey's texting me right now, but I am going to send him this thing anyway. And there you go. If you want to come in, I'd love to have you. Always good to see you. But let's see what he was in the middle of texting me. What is he going to say? The little dots are jumping up and down because he's writing right now. So let me see what he has to say. And that's what happened to me this morning. First morning in a long time that I have not been paying attention to YouTube. Sorry about that. And Kelsey got the link. All right. I will say a blanket good morning to everybody. Instead of going individual, and if you like seeing your names up on the screen, we'll do that tomorrow morning. Tonight we got a private community members community meeting at 7. We'll have a panel. I'll look forward to seeing you there, and hopefully I'll have a foldable cell phone report with more opinion than I have now. And we'll talk a little bit about that, and I can answer questions about that. But this is not a cell phone channel. This is just Mitch's OCD, obsessive compulsive addiction to technology. And I think maybe this year, so far, I'm leaning towards keeping this. They're very expensive. So you better really, really like it before you get one. But they're going to sell millions of these things. It's incredible. It's incredible. So without further ado, after I push a few buttons here, I will bring my friend, Robert Kiltz, doctor. Hi, Kiltsy. How are you?
I'm Mitch. I'm back.
I see that in Florida.
I'm back in Florida. I'm getting a reverberation. Echo. Let's see here.
Why would you be doing that? I don't hear it.
Huh.
Oh, you probably got a browser open, playing the stream.
I just closed it.
Anybody else hear any echoes? I don't see anybody saying that they do. That's very strange. You didn't hear the echo on your live stream this morning, huh?
Weird. I couldn't my phone this morning. It locked me out. I should probably get one of those foldable new phones.
Oh my God. Setting up, but you don't realize how much, they have a program where you plug your old phone into your new phone and it moves everything. And it does a pretty good job. But then you get involved with the password managers and all that stuff, and you got to every individual app has got to be going in. You find your password. You got to enable the biometrics so you can use your fingerprint. I mean, design it, and this thing has a whole different form factor as opposed to a regular cell phone. See the difference in size? It's wider, which I like, but it's a lot shorter and a lot easier to handle. But you do have the ability to open it up, and then you've got basically a tablet, which makes it a lot easier for me to read and do things. You can do multitasking. You can open 3 apps at a time. You can do all that crap, which is tough to do on a regular, what they call candy bar shape. a cell phone shape, which is, the old one. After using this so long. And the funny thing about this is Samsung, when they came out with their first Galaxy Note, remember, I don't know if you remember that, with the pen stylus built in.
Yep.
And all there was before that was flip phones. There was no iPhone yet. There was no... a phone was a flip phone. And I, of course, had to be the first one to get it. So I went out and got this Galaxy Note, and it was huge. It was huge. It was big. It looked like you were holding a tablet up to your face. And everybody made fun of me. They said, "What is that? You're talking on a tablet? That's not a cell phone." Well, I'll show it maybe tonight. I still have my Galaxy Note. It's exactly the same size as this. Exactly the same form factor. Back in those days when I held that Galaxy to my ear, everybody laughed at me and said, "That's absurd. It'll never catch on." Now, the same size phone is back, and everybody's saying, "Wow, that's tiny. Look at that little tiny cell phone." So it shows you sometimes how our reality and our culture and our truths never find a place to settle. They're always changing, always changing.
And we often go back to yesterday.
Well, Rick does. I know, Rick lives in yesterday, and maybe he's got the right idea. So, how was your trip yesterday?
My trip was fantastic. Easy. I met Brett. Uber driver from South Africa.
Brett was you. Yeah, you become intimate friends with everybody you meet. That's something I love about you.
Everybody. And I got 300 pounds, and I turned him on to carnivore.
All right.
I shared my meat that Ray would need, so I brought it on my trip. I gave most of it to Brett. And was very excited about
it. You're the only guy that feeds his Uber driver.
And I gave him a card. We were talking about books. I'm going to South Africa. He was telling me all about it, And the tribes, fishermen of Africa, all they ate was meat.
Well, I'm sure that you never, do all the Uber drivers want to engage, or do some of them say, "God, I wish this guy would just shut up and leave me alone, let me listen to my music in my headphones"?
I wear this mostly, and I usually keep inside my device talking. But I don't know, somehow he asked me where you're from.
Uh-oh.
And we kind of got there.
There you go. What time did you finally get back to the house there?
7:30. Wasn't bad.
That's not bad. That wasn't bad.
And I managed to get up at 5 o'clock this morning.
Oh, you slept in then. I was up at 3:45 is when I opened my eyes. I lay in bed for 15 minutes, and thoughts of cell phones dancing in my head. I said, let me just get to it. And hopefully I'll get it all set up by today. But I got everything copied over on it so far. I don't know. This thing, they give you a big trade-in for your old phone, but it's still a $1,900 cell phone. But I got no life. I have no. Well, the new Apple one, the new Apple foldable, is going to be between $2,500 and $3,000, more than likely.
You don't want to be without it.
No, all this technology, the prices, like everything else, is getting out of hand, and they've got, because of all this AI stuff, and the fabulous amount of processing power and memory and everything they use, the prices of the components that build these things has skyrocketed. So the memory for these cell phones is incredibly expensive, and they didn't do the deal this year. Normally they come with 256 gigabytes. And every year before this in these foldables, if you pre-ordered them, they double the memory. They give you 512. Plus, they give you a $300 discount. Plus, they give you a big... Not this year. Not this year. You're going to pay $150 or so more if you want that extra RAM. It's too expensive for them to give away. And the trend is not getting cheaper. So electronic stuff, computers and cell phones is just going to get more and more expensive like everything else in the world.
Even in the fertility space, everything's going up.
Yeah, except my Social Security. As far as the government is concerned, we still have less than 2% a year inflation. Meanwhile, my internet access from Spectrum has gone from $75 to $100 in a year and a half. Now, that is a little more than 2% rate of inflation.
But you can't live without this.
You can't live with them. Everything that we do is. Francine Bourgeois just sent me an email. Says the echo coming from Kilts is awful.
Why don't you send me out?
Well, okay,
I'm gonna get out of here,
and then log back in. Yeah, I don't know why Kelsey has that, and why isn't anybody? Well, I'm not reading the chat. That's all. Well, anyway, while we're at it, let me go back and say congratulations to Lambs and Robbie Autry at 7 o'clock. Wow. So what's new, guys? You guys are right on the button, and I hit the wrong thing and ended up scrolling all the way down to the bottom of the chat. God, I hate this thing. Where was the 7 o'clock? 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock. There it is. Okay. And Robbie Autry, good to see you. And let's try Kiltsy again. Do we still have an echo?
Testing one, two, three. Yep.
You do. I don't know what it is. It's something you must have a browser hidden somewhere on your computer that's open and playing the stream. Got to be one that you minimized or something like that. I'm gonna watch. Okay.
We'll try it again.
That's all right. All right, listen, my friend.
Right.
I will see you, and I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to, even though you are too cheap to be a member of my private community for $4 a month, I'm going to send you a link to the private community live stream tonight, just so you can come in and check it out. Love you, man.
All right, love you guys.
Take care. All right, solo today. All right, and that means I can spend more time with you. DJ Bro is here. Good morning to you. Good morning. And Francine, thanks for the heads up about the echo. I'm sure he had sometimes that happened to me the other day. I had a window open and I didn't realize it, and it was just playing the delayed audio in the background. So give Kelsey the morning off. He's got to come back at 9 o'clock anyway. And good morning, Francine. And good morning, Marta Kelly. How are you? And CB Carmack's here. Hi, CB. We got 92 people here right now. Susie Marsh. Hi, Susie. How are you? How are you, dear? Let's move a little bit.
Let the morning
Get the blood
sun
flowing.
shine in. Yeah! Get your good day started right. WEFM in the morning.
Chair dancing.
Radio WEFM in the morning. WEFM in the morning.
Yes, sir. Well, back to bed. Back to bed. Good morning, Susie. You inspire us all. Manda, how you doing? Good morning, Mandy. How are you doing? And Kelsey checked in, said good morning. Loretta, Nadal, good morning, darlings. Have a fabulous day. Aaron, how are you? How are you, Aaron? Everybody saying good morning to Kelsey. Lizzie is here. Lizzie, hi, how are you? Larry Ryan at 7 o'clock. Tuka checked in. How's Finland, Tuka? Good to see you. And Carnivore Wayne is here. And now everybody's saying hi to everybody. Sandy Blythe, good morning, Sandy. Shutter Happy, how are you? Good morning to you, too. And Leslie, Yellow Rose is here. Good morning to you. Liz, Black Box Morning TV, and Chuck says goo. I hate it when that happens. You start typing and hit the enter key by accident, and bango, written in stone. And anybody, good morning, Chuck. How are you? How are you, my friend? Lizzie and Aaron and everybody is heavy into it. Richard Williams, hi, Richard from Copper Hill, Tennessee. Good to see you. Lewis is here. Hi, Lewis. Maybe a foldable in my future. Yeah, you better save your pennies if you're going to buy that Apple one. That's supposed to come out pretty soon, I think. You haven't seen much about it leaking on YouTube. Samsung's the opposite. Samsung puts these leaks out like crazy, so people will start anticipating it, making it sound like it's a big secret. But Apple doesn't do that. One of two things. Maybe it's not ready for prime time yet. They've never made a foldable. Samsung's been doing it. This is the 8th iteration this year. And the interesting thing is the displays that are on Apple phones are manufactured by Samsung. They are. One of the reasons that I pretty well stuck to Samsung phones. Brian Airy, good morning to you, Brian. I understand you were on with Kelsey this morning. Hope that went well. Mike Seeley Sr. is here. Hi, Michael. How are you? Where is Peter? Peter is conspicuous by his absence here this morning. Who else? Jerry Voitush, the Professor Mitch and Dr. Kill show. Yeah, not this morning. I don't think that's going to become a permanent thing because he's going to be getting back to his life now. Hopefully. Be either in New York or here in Florida, where he will generally have to be at the office by 7 or shortly thereafter to do surgery, and life will return, hopefully, for him to something more semblance of normal. Okay. The phone goes ding all day long. Mason's here. Hi, Mason. How are you? How are you? And put QQQ in the chat. I honestly didn't even think about doing this morning, so I haven't planned anything. I know that I do have from yesterday a meme yesterday from Rick. We now have dubbed Rick Rick from the planet Mopar. Play that.
I am Rick from the planet Mopar. I seek a mate. My preference is a muscular human with long blonde hair. Wait, what? A human mate? From a planet called Mopar? This is getting really weird.
And that, of course, it was a reference to Sean Baker when he used to dress up with the blonde wig. And I hope Sean doesn't get upset about that, but Rick from Mopar joins My Favorite Martian and Mork from Ork as probably the third alien that we've discovered living amongst us. And Rick's a good sport because we're really milking that for all it's worth. So good morning, Rick, if you're out there. Kiltz is echoing. Yes, yes, everybody's hearing the echo. Aaron, hi, Aaron. How are you? Good to see you this morning. Good to see you. Yeah, boy, that echo must have really been bad. Was it like a 2 or 3 or 4 second delay? Not like a reverberation that you hear like in a canyon? If it was a 5 or 6 second echo, that's indicative of a browser somewhere on the device playing the audio from the stream, because it's about a 7-second delay from live to when most browsers hear it. So you're actually all listening to me in the past. What you see happened 7 seconds or more ago. That's the main problem with people that people have when they come into a live chat, is there's something somewhere on a device. And even though he was wearing headphones, there must have been a speaker going. I can't, unless he had the audio source set up. Nah, whatever. Can't troubleshoot it now. Rick is here. Hi, Rick. How's everything on Planet Mopar this morning? Wow, a lot of people commenting. I didn't see it. Hey, Danny, how you doing, Danny? Good to see you. And tomorrow, around noon or later, Barry Simon and I are going to. He's going to go to the Brazilian steakhouse up there in Boston, and we're going to do a test to make sure that the bandwidth is there on their Wi-Fi, or how he's going to get it set up, or how he's going to make the audio work and everything to plan for us to have that live stream on August the 22nd at the Boston meetup. And I'm sure that I haven't seen Barry in here. Has Barry been in here this morning? Yeah, there he is. Okay, I haven't gotten to him yet in this chat. Still talking about the echo of 709 to Commander Rick, CB, Robbie Autry, Brian Ayer, Amanda, no cues yet, but I'm going to scroll down through this. If I miss you and hadn't said hi yet, I miss saying hi to everybody in the morning. The past couple of live streams, Kilty and I just been basically visiting. Michael Pregler, how you doing, Michael? Big time echo. Yes. Good to see you. Kilty's echoing. What's funny is that I don't know. It couldn't have been playing from a speaker, or else you would have heard me echoing too. Who knows? Probably should just reboot the computer. It'd probably solve all the problems. RG 2771. Good morning. Good morning. Still echoing. Wow, up to 712. Steve McAvoy, how you doing, Steve? Good to see you. Question. Boss Tuca, everybody. Boy, that must have been a bad echo. Barry Simon commented, echo, echo, echo. Oh, well, that screwed that up. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Don't forget tonight we have the members community at 7 o'clock. Come on the panel. Ladies, please. Let's get some ladies in there. I had a ball the other night when all the ladies were there. And there's enough ladies to fill up the panel. That's for sure. Oh man, we're still talking about Kelsey's Echo at 7:15. Wow, wow. Man, this says, my Lord, that is insanity. I would never pay for that phone. Holy cow, I'm not paying more than $150 for a cell phone. Well, you're not a power user. You don't live like I do and use that cell phone for virtually everything. I still hate them, but there's very little you can't do in those things. And that happens to be, I guess, one of my hobbies. And I spend very little, believe it or not, very little money on myself. Certainly for recreation. I don't go to shows. I don't go to movies. I don't go out to eat. I don't go on vacations. I don't travel. I don't do anything. I save a fortune by being a homebody. I cook for myself. I spend very little on food. For me, that money that I spend on technology or cameras is not an extravagance, but we all have our things that we live for. And I have been on the forefront of all the cell phone technology since the first cell phone came out. I was the first guy to have a bag phone way back when nobody even had cell phones anymore. I had them. Always had the latest and greatest. I get one, I never go more than 18 months before I've got to have the latest technology. It fascinates me. And if all you spend is maybe a couple $1,000s a year on something that enriches your life, you're getting away cheap because you could spend that much money. See, I look at people that go to Disney World for a week and spend $5,000 to go to Disney World for a week, or go on a 1-week cruise for 2 people and spend $3,000-4,000. I look at that and I say, how could you spend that much money on something? So, if that's what I got to compare it to, I'm getting away cheap. But somebody will always say, oh, I don't do that, so you shouldn't do it. Well, you can't do that to people. Everybody should be able to do what they want, spend what they want, and go borrow. If they don't have it to spend, then they'll run up their credit cards. Fortunately, I don't have to run them out. I have a ton of credit cards with no balance on them, so I just pay them every month before the statement. I'm in a position to do that now. I haven't been for many years, but I have crawled back out of the financial hole, so to speak, and living like a human being again. Brian Dish, how you doing? Everyone have a great day. Eat meat. Leaving due to the echo. Was it still echoing at 7:16? Holy cow, when did the echo stop? I assume it's not echoing now, because I don't see anybody complaining about it, but still an echo at 7:18. Oh, sorry about that, guys. On cell phone browser, it's possible. Well, Kiltz I don't think he was on his cell phone this morning. I think he was on he has a big computer in the studio. I don't know. It was from a web browser of some sort, but my voice, nobody told me whether my voice was echoing along with Kiltz's. That would have been a big crew. Here's where Kiltz went away, and I guess the echo stopped. Danny likes the chair dancing. Yeah, that feels good to get moving first thing in the morning, especially when you've been up since 4, buried in a tiny little cell phone screen. I'm trying to become one with it, make it my own. Susie says you're all rock stars. Thank you, Susie. Thank you. I appreciate that. And Kelsey's still here. He says good morning and listening to all. Well, take a little time off, Kelsey. Nothing wrong with that. Quicker Ticker says fix the echo. I think we fixed it when Kilts went away, didn't we? I don't think I have an echo going. I don't see any of the browsers open on mine. Nobody's complaining about an echo now. Barry, I have to... Barry's got to go. Okay, see you tonight, my friend. Good to see you. And Kelsey said he was attacked by the echo monster this morning. Not the beast. Yes. That was too bad. That was too bad. And Mike Silly says, see you later. Okay, Michael, I'll see you at 10:30. 10:30. Michael, come over. We'll smoke a cigar. And I'll put the cell phone down for a little while. Let my brain stop smoking. It really is a lot of work. A lot of work. Because my cell phone is set up exactly like I want it. And there are so many settings on these things these days, and they keep changing the user interface. And I think Samsung is now up to, is it One UI 9, I think. And they add features and they change the way certain menus work. And it's like software. Every 6 months, you got to go back to school for continuing education and relearn the things you finally, because they're always improving it. That's why every piece of software, like cell phone stuff, has an update every 5 minutes. Restart your computer. Your computer has updated. Windows is famous for that. Okay, what did they change? What did I used to do that I won't know how to do anymore because they moved all the buttons? They moved all the buttons around. Hey, there's Peter. Hiya, Peter. Peter chimed in. Good morning, everyone. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. And let's see. I'm not too far behind. It's okay. And one of the constants, Rich. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Max D, how you doing? Brian, question, Mitch, do you have any new trike videos coming out? I'll have them, Brian, as soon as it stops raining. Every day, it seems. It is summertime here in Florida, but even I haven't been able to get out first thing in the morning because something else is always keeping me busy. I'm in the process of trying to make a video about that more portable mobility scooter that a company named Easwe, EASWE, sent me. It's really neat. And I'm just waiting for some sunlight so that the outdoor photography looks good and not gray. What I'm going to do is I want to film me trying to load that thing in the back of my SUV. That to me would make a mobility scooter useful for me. I can walk short distances. I can walk much longer distances with a walker. But something in me, I just would rather ride a scooter. Not because it's less work, but just because it makes me feel, I just feel handicapped when I'm walking behind a walker. It's all up here. It's all up here. I probably get more exercise walking behind the walker than I would do riding the scooter. I don't feel, I don't want to ride a scooter out there anyway. And I keep waiting for my stamina to increase and my endurance to increase, and it's slow, slow, slow. And at this stage in my recovery, I sometimes get a little depressed, and say, is this as good as it's going to get? And it's a sobering thought when you lost that amount of freedom. But you have to come to terms with it, make the best of it, try to be happy, and come on here on YouTube every morning to be with your friends who understand and exercise what sense of humor we have. So, yeah, there's going to be ride-in talk videos like I used to do, walk and talk, because on the trike I'm getting exercise. It doesn't make me feel like a handicapped person, like the scooter or the walker does. But I think the scooter, if I can get it up and down, it weighs 40 pounds, 44 pounds. If I can get it up and down without the potential of hurting myself, and I know that sounds light, and it's disgusting that I have to consider 40 pounds heavy, but I don't want to hurt my back or my hip or my knees lifting something these days because I'm getting old. And I can't do what I did when I was a young man of 70, unfortunately. But we'll see. There's plenty of videos coming. I'm not making a lot of videos these days. It's just only so much time. Only so much time. Have you tested the new drone, says Jerry Voigt? Yeah, I actually got a break in the weather the other morning, and I took it out behind my house and flew it around a little bit to test it. It's fine. It's no problem. I want to go out to the park where I used to fly my drones in Palm Bay, a big park. And if you ever, look back on my channel at all my old drone stuff, which is still there, you'll see me flying. And there's big open fields there. And I want to take that mobility scooter and get it in my SUV and take it out to that park where there are a lot of fairly large open fields. And I want to film the whole adventure and have it serve double duty. I want to be out on the mobility scooter, out in the open field with the drone. As I move, the drone following me, circling around me slowly, changing the views as I'm driving that, and use that video clip, part of that, in the video I'm making for the scooter company, as well as actually flying the drone and having some fun with it. So we'll see. We'll see. That hopefully I'll get that done next week sometime. And I'll film it. It's going to be an adventure, because what else I got to talk about? Eat meat. There, I said it today. That's basically Lizzie says, Mitch, were you one of the guys who had a car cell phone? I had a car phone before there was such a thing as cell phones. Lizzie? Back in the 70s, in the entire Tampa Bay area, I'm talking about the entire west coast of Florida, there were allocations for 300 car phones. That was it. There was only that many room on the 4 channels they had for 300, and I got one of them. And I had a car phone with a big box in the trunk. It was about this big and had an antenna on the trunk lid, and it had a head that sat up between the seats with a rotary dial on it and 4 buttons. And you had to find a channel that nobody was talking on, and you could make phone calls from it. And I had a car phone back then. Yes. I've always been one of those guys. Always been one. I don't know why. But I've always been one of those guys. Amanda says she's not judging. Oh, I know you weren't, Amanda. I know you weren't judging me. And I know that I think a lot of things that people spend tremendous amounts of money on are stupid too, but I believe people should be able to do what they want. Everybody out there wants to tell you what to do with your money. That's good to know, man, there, because I think that's the biggest ripoff on the planet these days. Disney used to be a lot of fun. When I lived in Orlando, we used to go to Disney, especially in the earlier days. My daughter still loves Disney, but she's got a good deal. She's got a close friend that lives in one of the upscale communities on the Disney property in this big fancy house. And when she and her husband go there, and they go there about at least once a month, and spend the weekend. They stay. They don't spend much money. They have I think they have an annual pass, and they stay in their friend's house, so they don't have hotel bills. They drive over, so they don't have to airplane tickets. They don't take the kids anymore because the kids aren't kids anymore. So if you have to have a friend that has a big fancy multi-million-dollar house in Disney that loves to have you come and stay for the weekend, you're in a good position. You're in a good position. We're talking about cell phones. Jason had the bag phone. Yeah. Also had a car-mounted cell phone. Yeah. Yeah. Charged by the minute. Yeah, we've come through quite a. And I had them all. I had the Motorola brick, the big fat one first. Then they got smaller and smaller. And then the trend in cell phones was to get smaller and smaller. And then Motorola had that tiny little flip phone that was really small. I had one of them. I got a collection of old phones. Most of them these days I trade in, because when Samsung comes out with a new phone, they give you a big over allowance on the trade-in value. Plus, not only did I get that, I got that. It ended up costing me about $1,000 for this new phone. I'm trading in my S25, which I probably got for about $300 after all the trade-ins that I had. So basically, you get a good deal. But I also got a free pair, which is like $250 of the new earbuds from Samsung thrown into the deal. And I get a military discount of $25 or $50 because I'm a veteran. So all these little things add up. And for me, it's entertainment. But this is cool. This is so cute, isn't it? Isn't it cool? I don't have it turned on now because I don't want it going ding, ding, ding every time a thing comes in. But this is the first one. And they really got it down where the fold in the middle now, you never notice it. They really, really, you still can see it under certain light, but you won't see it when you're using the phone. And I like the wider cover screen. So they've gone back to the exact size of their first smartphone that they came out with before Apple came out with their iPhone. It was like a mini tablet, and now we're back to that size again. What goes around comes around, they say. So we're talking about spending our money. You tell me, Liz says, I never echo. Okay, it was something evidently not coming out of his speakers. It was something looping around in his system somewhere, and rebooting it probably fixed that. Because I looked at his audio settings, because I can look at his audio settings, and he had everything checked. He had echo cancellation, automatic volume. CB. That's a conspiracy. Mitch, it was your new cell phone. Interview. You ask about my Francine says, what T-shirt am I wearing? Is it one of Gary's? No, it's not. No, it's not one of Gary's shirts this morning. It's I wear this shirt sometimes when I'm really not up on the human race. And this one says, if I ignore you, will you go away? I like this shirt. I like the color. I like the way it fits. So I put it on this morning. And finally, Donna says, no echo or mo echo. Mo echo and no echo mean two entirely different things. But I guess the echo went away. Everybody stopped complaining about it. Donna, correct. That was no echo. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Autocorrect. With my, I hate to call it a speech impediment, but I definitely have, my speech has definitely changed and settled in after the stroke on, I'm intelligible, but I don't enunciate anywhere as clearly as I used to, and it sounds to me in my own ear like I'm slurring everything. But it is what it is, and I'm not going to let it stop me. But Google voice typing that I use, it's fabulously, it just doesn't get everything right anymore. So I have to be very, very distinct and clear when I voice type, so that it, and if I talk like that when I'm trying to dictate to these voice recognition softwares, I usually get pretty accurate. But my advice for all of you is, if you avoid having a stroke, if you can, whether we have any control over that or not, I think the carnivore maybe gives you an advantage in that department. Peter says, well, I talked about this, but you weren't here yet, Peter. It looks like Mitch bought this trying out. Yeah, I bought every one of them and tried out every one of them and sent every one of them back. But this one, so far, knock on wood, and that is wood that I'm knocking on, might have a chance of making the cut. After 8 iterations of improvements, when I look back at their first foldable, it was horrible. It was horrible. But this thing, I've got a clear, the color of this, I don't know how well it shows up, is called pistachio. It's kind of a very light green, leans a little gray. And this is a special color because I'm a special guy. The only way that you could get this color was to buy it from Samsung directly on the website. And I don't know if they're going to still continue to offer this color after the pre-order phase. Now, the phone was not supposed to be released until August the 7th. You could pre-order them. And I got a notice about 4 days ago that said, your phone is shipped and will be delivered on August 7th. And they really tried to time it so that nobody got their phones before August 7th. But UPS wasn't going to put up with that. So I got a notice yesterday, we're delivering your phone today. And I got it on the 5th, 2 days early. So aren't I special? But thousands of influencers on every platform in the world were sent these things a month or two ago to film their review videos. And Samsung announced the phone a couple of weeks ago, and that's when all these reviewers. So I've seen hundreds of videos about this phone. People already had them, but the general public basically was not supposed to have them in their hands until the 7th. For what reason, I don't know. Evidently, UPS and Samsung, because I'm sure that Samsung had to agree to allow UPS to deliver these things before. They must have so many of them. And they also have a foldable that's tall, shaped like the normal phone, but not as wide as this one. The sales are leaning 60% of the sales are going to the new one, even though it's smaller, it's cheaper, and it doesn't have the telephoto camera that the Ultra, the big one, has, like my other phone. Something I can easily live without. So, but I like a clear case because when you get a special color, it's nice to show it off. If anybody really cares what kind of cell phone you're using or what color it is. We actually think other people care about what kind of car we're driving, what kind of clothes we're wearing. They don't care. They don't care. Oh, 5 minutes till already. Well, I've enjoyed this today, guys. been a couple of days since I did a solo live stream, and I enjoy Kelsey. Believe me, I enjoy Kelsey. I enjoy doing the solo streams as well, and I know he's going to be probably way too busy to be for it to be the Mitch and Kilt show. Here's a question, an actual question from Donna. What would cause someone who has never had any skin rash issues ever to go on carnivore and get eczema type rash on their hands? Increased electrolytes. Well, I not being a dermatologist, not that they know everything, but I would look for something else that may have changed since you became a carnivore. I can't imagine carnivore itself, especially if you're eating adequate fat. Are you using, have you changed your hand lotion? Have you changed your dishwashing detergent? I couldn't, you have to look and find out if there was nothing different and you're convinced that it's because carnivore. I don't know. Mine went the other way. My eczema went away, but I still get a little right up here, because sometimes you can see that right here on my face is a little red. It showed up in the camera. It looks a little reddish today. And I will take some tallow and use it, just tallow, and use it as moisturizing. Hand lotion, dry feet. I still have some dry skin, but I always had that, and it was worse. So I can't tell you. I wish I could. We can't diagnose on these live streams. Nobody can. Not even the smartest doctors can, unless they know everything about you, what you're doing, what you're eating, what you're exposing yourself to. It may be, you may be, just to give an example, there's 1,000 different things it could be, but maybe you're a gardener, and maybe you've been out there planting in the dirt. You've been getting your hands in something maybe you're painting your house and you washed your hands with solvent. It could be 1,000 different things. Unless somebody is living with you and following you around 24/7, you can only guess what it might be. And it might be carnivore. It might be doing something to you. But I can't know. I don't think anybody can know. I'm sorry to hear that that's happening, however. I would, try some tallow. Try becoming intimate with a piece of bacon. Put a piece of bacon in your hand and get all that good bacon fat all over your hand. I found that these animal fats, so many of the high-end lotions that are sold in the cosmetic industry are based on animal fats. They just don't brag about it. They don't tell people that they're going to, try our, $100 an ounce skin lotion, fabulous, scientific discovery, yada, yada, yada. And what you're rubbing on your face is basically pork butt. They're not going to put in the ingredients, contains pork butt, the magic ingredient. They're going to give it a name that sounds very scientific-y and marketing-y. Soap. Tallow is soap. They used to send dead horses to the glue factory. Remember that? They used all different parts of an animal to make different products. Soaps and glues, and it wasn't until the animal rights activists grabbed on, and then it became a no-no anymore, just like eating meat. Yeah, Frank M., I wish I can't get off grid, because everything I do involves technology now, whether it be my website and graphics work that I do, or YouTube is all technology. It involves cameras and internet stuff and cell phones and everything. Retired Rick, hi. How you doing? Haven't seen you before. Liz says, I've never heard you slur. Well, fortunately, I listen to my YouTube videos every day, and I can pick it out. But it doesn't sound like it sounds in my ears. In my ears, it sounds like every S that comes out is a terrible slur. But everybody says we don't notice it. And I'm happy to hear that, but I notice it. The feedback I'm getting from it is it sounds slurry. And if I get tired, it really ramps up, unfortunately. And Peter's being helpful and answering everybody's questions. So that's great, Peter. At least one of us knows all the answers. Question, does this new phone have a great camera? Susie, it's got a great wide and ultra wide camera. They're both 50 megapixels. The images look perfect. It's got the same cameras as the big phones. It doesn't have the 200 megabyte sensor that this phone has, but it doesn't. You don't need that. You just don't need that. This phone shined because it had quite a telephoto lens. I could take pictures of the moon with it, but you have to give up a little something because of the size and the smaller form factor of this thing. And it fits in the pocket so nicely. And it's lighter. It's lighter than these other phones. It doesn't feel like a brick in your hand. So the cameras are certainly flagship quality cameras, and any pictures you take with them are going to be great. You'll see some of the pictures. I'm not worried about that, but yeah, it doesn't have the cameras that and the ultra version, the tall one, is $200 more. It's like $2,100, where this one was $1,900. But when you buy them pre-ordered with all the deals and the trade-ins and the free headphone, earbuds, and all that other stuff, it isn't as bad as it sounds. It isn't as bad as it sounds. And Mason says, more likely, Donna, something that you're touching would do that. Again, I don't know. You could do something just as simple as buy a bargain brand of dishwashing detergent from Walmart, and there's something in that. And is your skin anywhere other than your hands affected? That would be a clue too. Everybody's trying to help. Wow, look at everybody's trying to help you. I hope somebody came up with something that sounds like a good line of investigation for you to pursue. And we're talking about maybe it's oxalates. It says, Francie says, your color Samsung is $300 more. Well, this one wasn't. This was the same price. I mean, the pistachio, I wouldn't pay $300 more for this color, but it was something. When you pre-order these things, it's the best time to get the phone. When they first come out, they want to sell a ton of them right off the bat. They give you, I mean, this phone, when I got it 2 years ago, I traded in my previous Samsung phone which I had traded in the previous one on that. By the time I got all done buying this phone 2 years ago, it cost me about $300, and I got watches. You get all kinds of shit with them too. So, and I'm going to trade this in. They're going to give me $800 for this. It was 2 years ago. I think it was about $1,100 was the retail price on it anyway. So it's not bad. When you get to the foldables, you got to figure there's $1,000 just for the foldable part of it. But if I had last year's foldable, I could have gotten a much larger trade-in, but it wasn't a foldable. And this is 2 years old already, and I got $800 for it. You could get, if I had last year's slab phone, I would have gotten $1,200 for it, which is not much less than it cost. So I don't buy a phone generally without trading something in on it, because I got a pile of used cell phones, and most of them still work and can serve as terrific backup phones for me if anything breaks. I just pull the SIM card out of it and plug it in the other phone, and I keep the software up to date in those old phones. And you can plug the two of them together and dump the whole thing from the new phone back into the old phone. So it's nice to have a backup if something should break. Well, guys, it is 6 minutes after 8, and I'm at 8:04 in the chat. Still talking about oxalate dumping. Peter is still playing doctor. And Peter says, here it is. Ladies, please come on the private community panel tonight. Thank you, Peter. Thank you, doctor. I appreciate that. And got to the bottom of the chat. So we got through it, echo and all. Echo and all. Let me play a little happy music for you and get back to. I hope my head isn't spinning by the time I get done with this, but this thing is no fatter. Look at this. Even though it's a foldable, it's no fatter than my cell phone. Look at that. Isn't that something? Now, if I put a case on this, it'll get a little fatter, and I'll probably put a case on it, but at least for the beginning, I'll have a chance to. I just admire the technology and how thin this thing is. Look at that. It is just barely wide enough to have a USB port in it. That's incredible. That's incredible. They call this passport size. It's about identical to the size of a US passport. And powerful and fast. My God, has this thing got performance. You could play all these computer games on these, cell phone games on these things. The graphics are crazy. Anyway, enough about a cell phone. Samsung doesn't pay me to sell their products, then I don't want to. So thanks everybody for coming, and thank you so much. Good day all, says Mason Lambs. Have a great day. Peter still giving advice. Have a great day, everyone. Have a great day, everyone, says Lori. Mike Seeley's still here. Brendan McIntyre, have a great day. Thanks, Mitch. Bye all, says Lady June. Rick, see you later. Look forward to it. Rick Donna says, I hope you all have a great day, and may the beef be with you. Lori Weitzel, thank you, Mitch. CB Carmack calls Peter Dr. Pretzel. Dr. Pretzel. There is a meme in the making. It's a shame Barry had to leave early. We'll have to talk about that later. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for coming, keeping us company. Sorry about the echo. Had no idea what that was. We spend our days troubleshooting, don't we? I'll see you all tonight, guys. In the meantime, take the rest of the day off and eat meat.